Yan, live na tayo dyan, mga kometa. Ito na, sabi ko nga, dapat hindi masaya yung itsura natin kasi syempre guys, lahat naman tayo ay para sa unity. Para sa bayan naman tayong lahat. Kaya, ito, para sabi ko naman, kung hindi naman nakasmile, baka parang lalo makikita yung mga eye bags natin at saka yung kapagawaran natin ng buong araw. So, ay nako, bahala na. Bahala na dito. Oh, ito na talaga mga kameta. Wow, crazy, crazy. Big developments nung weekend. Nung weekend, syempre sabi natin dun sa mga discussion natin na anticipated talaga natin na maging contentious itong mga rallies, counter rallies. Yung isa naman, yung isang rally ay of course para sa bayan naman pareho eh. Yung isang bagong bagong lipunan essentially or bagong Pilipinas, ayan, para sa bayan, yan. Of course, dinanay naman na para sa Chacha ito or People's Initiative or anything along those lines. But in a way, it was a kind of a major event para mag-flex ng muscle yung administration. Now, by all indications, still in a dominant position by all indications. Mukha naman, diba? Mukha naman yung ating administration is still in the driving seat. Dun sa kabila naman, of course, katulad ng pinag-usapan natin ng isang araw, expected naman natin na they will come strong against dito sa People's Initiative, that they will come strong laban dito sa mga polisiya ng administration. Expected na natin na medyo magpakitang gilas, medyo magpa-flex-flex ng konti yung iba dyan. But guys, ang hindi natin na-expect na talagang eto na, medyo nag-next level nag-escalate bigla ng big time etong mga itong isang kampo na ito. So, mukhang rambulan na talaga eh. Wow. I mean, so there are five things that I noticed dun sa speech ni Tatay Digong. I mean, quote and quote speech. You know, my understanding of speech is, meron kang gustong pag-usapan, medyo coherent, medyo hindi sabog, medyo maayos, medyo pero in fairness naman, pagdating naman sa audience impact, medyo malakas ang dating nung yung mahabang speech, mukhang isang oras almost ni Tatay Digong. At of course, alam natin hindi lang si Tatay Digong nag-speech diyan, andun din yung mga iba't ibang key players at mga key power brokers diyan sa Mindanao. Andun si Alvarez, andun yung dating governor ay ang dating Speaker of the House and of course now governor sa Davao. Is it Davao del Norte ba? And then of course, andun din yung kasalukuyan na mayor ng Davao na isa pang Duterte. So yun, very interesting mga kameta yung mga nakikita natin dito. Big developments. And yeah, so una pa lang dun sa isang speech, nakita natin na call for resignation sa ating presidente. Yung kasalukuyan na mayor ng Davao City and then biglang yung kay speech ni Tatay Digong, I was expecting him to more focus on dito sa PI, dito sa Chacha, dito sa mga disagreements nila sa polisiya ng administration, something along those lines, no? Or at least, a little bit of expression of discontent. And dito, I would say, in fairness, dito masabi ko na mukhang now suddenly Ronald Llamas, Secretary Llamas seems to be a little bit more correct than me because both of us agreed na etong unity team na to is just a matter of time before it falls apart. Where I think there was a slight disagreement between me and Ronald Riamas is the circumstances, the speed, right, and the nature of that inevitable breakup na nakikita natin sa unity team na yan, right? So, as you know, meron tayong nagawa na Game of Thrones, I Shakespearean tragedy or tragic comedy. I use all sorts of different metaphors, mga kameta, to underscore, no, the dramatic nature, the super dramatic nature ng unit team na to. But what happened was way worse than that. Sorry guys, medyo nag-delay ako ng konti. But for some reason, itong YouTube ko, nag-error na rin. So I don't know what's going on here. I hope hindi tayo sinisabotage. Dahil alam natin, pagdating naman dito sa YouTube, marami nagmamahal sa atin. So, alam ko naman na ayoko kayong bibiguin. Although kanina mayroon akong ginawa, sorry, hindi naman favoritism, pero may ginawa tayong konting preview. dun sa mga minamahal natin dyan sa YouTube. So let's just hope that this one will work. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to set up here kasi mahalaga ito. Very very important ito. Para sa bayan ito. Hindi kasi guys, talaga ang daming ano wow, daming layers dito sa nangyari dito. So kailangan natin pag-usapan. So actually, a while ago, just as I thought na yung back and forth between BBM and Duterte was really the highlight. And as I was reviewing yung speech naman ni Amy Marcos, Senator Marcos about, she's hoping na yung mga demonyo daw na nakapaligid sa kanyang kapatid, alis na. At of course, ito, you have a Marcos talking about accountability, talking about good governance, service to the people, listening to the people. Yan, very interesting. I always found it interesting. Just as I thought, yun na yon at yun talagang yun lang mga content na mga collect natin. Ito biglang nakita ko meron din palang intervention si Speaker of the House Martin Romualdez. Like wow, that's very very interesting. So let's go through all of them one by one mga kameta. So that we break them down and also look from where do we go from there. In fact, hopefully tomorrow or later this week, very soon hopefully, we'll have a chance to also talk to Ronald Llamas kasi I think now may ngiti na siya. Si Richard, akala ko nagre-recalibrate si Tatay Digo. Ako kasi, I said do not underestimate also the ability of one side to learn and to learn some strategic lessons and to realize na nag-overextend sila, if I can put it that way. Nag-overreach sila in fairness. But yun nga mukhang mas tama yung kutob ni Ronald Llamas na baka na-overestimate ko yung ability ng isang side to learn their lessons. And of course, may teorya. May teorya ang iba dyan. Yung isang grupo na inattack, no? Yung isang kampo na sinabi na medyo pulveronic daw. Sabi naman yung isang camp, ano naman daw, na fentanylize na yata yung kabila. So baka that explains na walang strategic learning. So pasensya na lang kung hindi ko na-take into consideration yung mga extraneous circumstances assuming true to mga to. Alright? So pasensya na mga kameta. Don't worry. Let's go to this one by one dahil mahal na mahal natin ang ating mga ito, ayusin natin talagang ito. Kung wala ka talagang production, ganyan ang mangyari. Nag-selfie pa. Okay, ito. Let's go guys. Ito na. Para sa bayan na ito. Let's start with video number 1 as usual kasi isa-isayin natin to. Kasi mahirap na magsalita. Mahirap na magsalita. Okay. So, hayaan natin ng kayo na lang humusga. Pero before ako pupunta dyan, eto guys, biglang nauuso itong parang European Union version na flag na hiwalay na daw nung Mindanao. Sabi ko, okay. It's not the first time I heard about that. Diba, noon pa lang parang sabi nila, hiwalay na kami kung si tatay namin, ganyan-ganyan. Pero ang nagtaka ko, bakit kasama yung Palawan dito sa yan? Sabi ko, ano to? Nagcha-China land grabbing style tong porket idol ni tatay ang China, pati yung Mindanao nila biglang dinamay pa yung Palawan. Ibang klase naman talaga to. Ay, ayan na naman tayo. Okay, mamaya na tayo pag-usapan itong mga pulveronic dynamics na yan. Now, let's go one by one again. One by one again. Okay? Step by step tayo kasi kailangan natin i-absorb ito. So, recap lang tayo guys. Super recap lang tayo. So last week, naka 1 million views na ito. Nung tinanong si Sara Duterte, kamustang unit team, ito yung sagot niya.
Ang unit team ay tandem namin nung pagtakbo namin as President and Vice President nung nakaraang eleksyon. Yun ang unit team. Ngayon, kaming dalawa ay na-elect na as President and Vice President at pareho kami nagtatrabaho para sa ating
Bansa. Okay, alright. So ito lang sagot niya. Ang unit team lang daw, okay, ang tinanong, kamusta kayo unit team? Buhay pa, everything. Tapos ang sagot ay, ang unit team ay binuo ng ganitong araw. So, parang, statement of fact. And then biglang, kamusta naman ngayon? Ay, nagsiservisyo kami sa bayan. Para sa bayan. Okay. Alright. Ang unit team. Okay. So, yun yung sagot. So, you would expect na after that kind of, very safe, some would say even showbiz kind of answer na parang political answer for that matter, you would imagine that things are, I mean, hindi naman the dust has settled, but things are a little bit chilling down. All right, things are a little bit chilling down. So you would expect that, and then walang yan. Kaya nga di ako, paano naman ako makonsentrate dito sa ginagawa ko dito kanina? Nandun ako sa Prime Minister's office dito sa Japan. Minute na naman namin yung isang cabinet secretary. Dito kami, na-meet namin yung dating National Security Advisor ni Prime Minister Abe, kasama namin mga eksperto, mga ganun. Pero paano naman ako mag-concentrate, guys? Sa habang nandun kami sa mga seryosong mga meetings and all, ito na, pinapanood ko yung mga speech ni tatay. Like, pinapanood ko yung, ayan. So, ang hirap talaga maging vlogger. Kasi alam mo guys, ang problema sa vlogger is, kahit ang ganda ng gusto mong gawin sa buhay mo, sa dami mga polvoronic na content dyan, madidistract ka. At kailangan mo mag-respond din dyan kasi otherwise, yung mga walang kwentang tao mag-analyze ng mga ganyan bagay-bagay. So sabi ko, so habang nag-uusap kami ng de-risking, economic globalization, I don't know, AI, quantum computing and may mga semiconductor production, mga ganyan. Tapos nanood ako ng mga videos ni tatay. So, etong nahanap kong highlight. So, pasensya na dun sa mga ka-YouTubers natin na naka-preview kanina. But, ulitin ko yan. Ito, sa tingin ko, ito yung 2 minutes na pinaka-importante dun sa speech niya na, quote-unquote speech niya na almost 1 hour. Alright? Isang 1 hour. Ulitin natin kampanya noon. So, actually, if you look at the first part of the speech when it's building up, parang expect mo na ang atake niya yung People's Initiative. And in sense, maging indirect attack pa rin yan kay Pangulong Marcos Jr. in a sense, sa atake niya si Martin Romualdez. So, nagyabang pa siya na, ako, abogado ako, tatlo yung paraan para magkaroon ng constitutional change. And then, dalawa lang yung sinabi niya, para nakalimutan niya sabihin yung isa, blah, blah, blah. And then, suddenly, boom, nag-pivot siya. Ma'am Lisa Araneta Marcos. Ayan talaga call by name, ha? Ma'am Lisa Araneta Marcos, hindi ninyo ako kalaban. Wala akong sinasabi ng masama. Hindi lang ako makakampanya noon. Alam mo, iniiwasan ko ito. Itong panahon na ito talaga ang iniwasan ko kasi mapipilitan ako ngayon magsalita laban. Wow, 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 wow. Tao sa gobyerno. Okay, so ito first part. Breakdown natin. So, una-una, biglang nag-transition from PI and constitutional change. Biglang nandun na sa biglang naging ganyan na usapan. Parang biglang nag-transition. Alright, okay. Like, alright, okay. Okay, wow, okay. Chill, okay. So, may pagka-passive-aggressive. Unang sasabihin niya, ayoko kayong kalaban, pero napipilitan na ako. At parang alam ko mangyari yan, kaya yan ang talagang ina-avoid ko. So, anong sinasabi mo dito? So, ang sinasabi mo dito na you foresaw the disintegration of unity and you're blaming Marcoses for that. So, what you're saying is that you were expecting Marcoses to do something wrong to you noon pa? Which in fairness is quite honest because naalala niyo yung weak leader, yung mga yung mga ganun, di ba? Naalala niyo yung mga sinasabi nung isa diyan nung 2021 pa nung hindi na tumakbo yung anak niya. So, this is an interesting so suddenly nag-pivot siya from constitutional change discussion into like biglang ganon. So this is the first part na interesting. Now let's go to the second part. So tingnan niyo talaga na-analyze natin step by step. Alam mo, Mr. President, hindi ako magiging ng tawad. Kagawan mo yan eh. Pushing the blame kagad to the other side. It is your responsibilities sa sarili mo. Okay. Now, so a while ago, what was interesting to me is the transition from constitutional change PI and more or less indirect attack kay BBM kasi parang ina-attack si Martin Romualdez. Biglang nag-transition dito sa directly sinabi pa yung pangalan ng ating first lady. And then you would think at this time naman it's gonna be criticism of maybe Marcos not reining in some of the people in the administration who are doing unfair things opposing to Duterte's. But this is where you see suddenly a second crazy pivot. O, ani naman, sorry, nasa Japan ako naging San Goku yung hair natin. O, pasensya na. Makinig naman kasi kayo. Okay, yan ang problema ko eh. Para may masayang yung mema na naman kayo. Huwag naman napansin yung magulo natin buhok. Mamaya natin ayusin yan.
Do in this world binds you.
Wow.
Iyo yan. Huwag mong sisihin ang ibang tao kasi sarili mong utak at katawan yan.
Paano napunta doon yung
Nung
topic?
ako'y mayor, pinakitaan ako ng evidence ng PDEA.
Wow, 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 wow.
Doon sa listahan, nandoon yung pangalan mo. Ayaw kong sabihin yan kasi magkaibigan tayo. Kung hindi magkaibigan, magkakilala. Eh, ikaw eh. Pumapasok kayo.
Wait. A lot is happening there, ha? Balikan natin, analyze natin ulit, ha? So,
Ng alanganin
okay, pagod na.
ng PDEA.
So, ang point ko is, paano siya nag-transition bigla dun sa policy differences?
Iyo yan.
Biglang personal na yung issue.
Huwag mong sisihin ang ibang tao kasi sarili mong utak at katawan yan.
Paano napunta sa policy differences dun sa lifestyle issues?
Pinakitaan ako ng evidence ng PDEA. Doon sa listahan, nandoon yung pangalan mo.
Tapos nagpalakpakan pa yung mga tao, tuwan-tuwa sila.
Ayaw kong sabihin yan kasi magkaibigan tayo. Kung hindi magkaibigan, magkakilala.
Okay, so analyze natin part na to. Wait lang. So ang sinasabi niya na may ebidensya daw siya na sangkot sa droga yung isang kampo dyan. Well, you know, pero wala siyang ginawa dahil kaibigan sila. And then biglang inamin niya na baka hindi naman sila ganun kakaibigan pero parang dahil political allies sila. Wait. So wait lang. So ang sinasabi mo na tumakbo kang presidente kasi galit ka sa droga, drug lord, mga ganon. And then ngayon sinasabi mo may isang tao na sangkot sa droga base sa PDEA report na may ebidensya ka. And then sinasabi mo ngayon wala kang ginawa doon dahil kaibigan mo siya. Wow, that's very sincere leadership. That's very, very interesting. Right? Ulitin niya, sabi niya, may ebidensya ako, pero wala akong ginawa kasi kaibigan tayo.
Pangalan mo.
Pero wala siyang ginawa kasi kaibigan daw.
Ayaw kong sabihin yan kasi magkaibigan tayo. Kung hindi magkaibigan, magkakilala.
Ay, ganun lang pala eh. Kung kilala ka, hindi ka nasasabihin kahit nandun ka sa droga. Ay, sa PDEA.
Ng alanganin. Mr. President.
Oh, and this is the part na it gets a little bit intense, guys. So all of these things na pinag-usapan natin kanina, it's just 1 minute and 58 seconds. So in 1 minute 58 seconds, napunta tayo from kind of a whatever discussion ng PI, and then suddenly kinall out yung first family and first lady, and then biglang napunta yung usapan sa mga kasalanan niya na umabot tayo dito, and then biglang mapunta sa issue ng allegations, ebidensya daw na nasangkot sa, and then sasabihin na hindi, kahit nandun ka sa PDEA dahil kaibigan hindi naman, actually hindi tayo kaibigan eh, magkakilala lang tayo, kaya okay lang hindi ko na sinabi yung name mo. Guys, nakikita niyo ba yan? Kaya nga sabi ko, analyze niyo na mabuti yan. Yung mga ganyan statements na yan. May mga may mga 'di ba? Yung mga Freudian slip kumbaga, 'di ba? Kaya sabi ko, kasi sa una pag pinakinggan mo, parang matatawa ka na, masishock ka na parang wow. And then actually wait, what? Sabi mo na nandun sa PDEA para dahil magkaibigan ko or magkakilala kayo, wala kang ginawa ukol doon. So ang tanong ngayon, ilan bang kilala niyang tao na nakita niya sa PDEA na hindi niya nilabas? Right? Simple lang tanong ko. Kung ganyan kadali, yung 'di ba? Yun yung kine-claim niya, of course. mukhang wala naman talaga siyang ebidensya. Parang ito yung ebidensya ng pulvoronic video na sinasabi ng isa. But anyway, you tatakbo kang presidente kasi sabi mong galit ka sa mga drug lords, sa kriminal. And then aminin mo later on na may isang tao diyan na nandun sa listahan pero hindi mo binuking dahil magkakilala lang kayo, hindi man lang kaibigan. Well, then what does that tell you about the nature of that campaign? Totoong drug war ba yan or hindi? Kasi kung kaibigan lang or kilala mo, hindi mo na nahayaan, hindi, wala na. 'Di ba? Yun ang sinasabi ko ngayon. But obviously, last time I check, mukhang wala namang ebidensya, mukhang chismis lang yan. At of course, may sagot yung ating minamahal na Pangulo later on, okay? Medyo interesting ito. But this is what I'm saying, guys. This is what I'm saying, guys. Diba? You have to pay attention. Kasi minsan ang dami niyang sinasabi na sabay-sabay, parang natatawa ka lang, nagugulaan. But actually, you have to play it back over and over again. You have to analyze it. Now, obviously, given, I mean, let's be honest now, okay, you know what I'm gonna say, but but this is the part which is also important. Now, you cannot just dismiss it. The last part, 2 minutes lang to. This is 2 minutes highlight out of a 1 hour quote unquote speech.
Baka susunod ka sa dinaanan ng tatay mo.
Look at yung response ng audience. Whoa, 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 whoa. Tingnan niyo ulit yan. Let's be clear. Last time I checked, this is being addressed to a sitting president of the Republic of the Philippines, voted by the majority of the voters, at least per official numbers. Now, of course, it's been an opposition per majority of SD card, but whatever. Last time I checked, we're talking about a democratic elected president of the Republic, and this is what an ex-president who's a private citizen is saying.
Magkaibigan tayo, kung hindi magkaibigan, magkakilala. Ikaw pumapasok kayo ng alanganin. Mr. President, baka susunod ka sa dinaanan ng tatay mo.
Whoa! Tignan mo naman yung mga
Diyan ako takot. Ayaw ko mangyari sa iyo yan. Pabor lang ako namang nagmamakaawa kasi it will divide the nation at madugo itong panahon na ito.
Well, that sounds, guys, that sounds like what it sounds, right? This is, you heard what it said, right? Let's remember again, paano natanggal si Rodrigo? Paano natanggal si Marcos Senior? Right? Extra constitutional, right? At sabi niya, it will divide the country and magkakagulo. Wala akong sinasabi, siya ang nagsabi. Ulitin natin na, guys. Para naman hindi ako itsise.
Daanan ng tatay mo.
And look at how the crowd is responding.
Ikaw pumapasok kayo ng alanganin. Mr. President, baka susunod ka sa dinaanan ng tatay mo. Diyan ako takot. Ayaw ko mangyari sa iyo yan. Pabor lang ako namang nagmamakaawa kasi it will divide the nation at madugo itong panahon na ito.
Pero guys, okay, I know marami dyan, nakikita ko sa comments, sinasabi niya, yung isa sabi passive-aggressive. But yes, may pagka-passive-aggressive, but guys, that sounds like a threat to me. That sounds like a very public threat. And then, sabi pa nung isa, pinaparesign pa niya yung Pangulo. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be dismissive just like that and say, usapan ano lang to, di ba? Usapan tatay lang yan. So, kung ikaw yung nasa kabilang kampo, and then there were all of these rumors about coup attempts, gulo, and then now there's all of this discussion about Mindanao separating, sinama pa biglang yung Palawan, like, I don't know. I mean, are you just gonna laugh at this, or you're gonna think this is something serious, or at least deserves to be taken a little bit seriously? 'Di ba? Now, I think one party is forgetting na ang who holds the most cards. It's the President of the Republic today, not 2016, not 2018, not 2020, but 2023 ang presidente natin ay si Marcos Jr. And isa sa mga baraha, okay, I hate to use it in those terms, but unfortunately our politics is very transactional, is that the president has a lot to say about accountability for what happened in the past. That's why this statement by Speaker of the House Martin Romualdez, in my opinion, was very, very important. So buti nga nakita ko siya kanina. So ito ito yung sinabi ni Martin Romualdez kanina.
Baka mangyari na.
Okay, alright?
Baka nakikita niya na yung hindi niya magagawa. Baka nakikita niya na yung hindi niya magagawa. Baka mangyari na ngayon, kaya baka sinisiraan niya.
Ito yung
Pero,
PI, yung issue na.
At the bellis, yun ang sinasabi ko. Baka binubudol-budol din tayo noon. Diba kasi sinabi niya, yan ang basihan kung bakit siya naging presidente. Wala naman siyang ginawa na maayos.
Wow!
Niya, diba? Diba? Pinag-usapan niya kanina, drugs. Ibigyan daw siya ng 3 buwan. 6 na taon eh. Ang dami
6 months naman, 6 months naman sabi niya.
Yung
Diba?
nangyari na, ang dami nang pinatay. Kaya mag-isip-isip na lang muna siya. They say those...
That was an important part. Again, that's an important part. So, first of all, kinu-question dito, ano ba talagang agenda nila opposing itong constitutional amendment? So, ang sinasabi ng Speaker of the House is, wait lang. Konting self-awareness naman dyan. Hindi ba kayo yung nagpo-push for hindi lang constitutional amendment, total constitutional change, and federalism pa? Porkit failed lang kayo, ngayon naiinis kayo at gusto nyong guluhin. But he didn't stop there. He transitioned to the next step and suddenly started talking about another thing. He said, by the way, let's also remember gaano kadaming kapalpakan at shortcomings yung administration na yan. This is the important. And he used, baka binubudol-budol lang tayo nun, di ba?
Drugs pa rin. Usapan niya kanina, drugs. Ibigyan daw siya ng 3 buwan. 6 na taon eh. Ang daming drugs pa rin. Yung nangyari na, ang dami nang pinatay.
Yan ang important part. So, ito.
Isip na lang muna siya.
Okay. So, hindi lang failed yung drug war. Hindi lang parang budul-budul lang nangyari. Alright? Ang sinabi niya, look at it. This is important.
Kaya mag-isip-isip na lang muna siya. Ang daming drugs pa rin. Yung nangyari na, ang dami nang pinatay.
Oh.
Kaya
Minention na yan.
isip na lang muna siya. They say those who are in glass houses should not cast stones. Baka hindi niya alam na marami siyang kakukulangan. Diba?
Oh, diba? So, this is important. This is important. So, obviously, one thing immediate that comes to your mind is ICC, right? So, immediately you have one of the key allies of the president saying to the other camp, hey, bago niyong itretan yung presidente natin at bago kayo magsabi ng kung ano-ano, bago kayo gumawa ng kung ano ng personal na attack or accusation, tumingin muna kayo ng konti sa salamin. More importantly, tingnan naman natin ng mabuti ano ang totoong record ng administration nito. So A, nag-fail sila to push for constitutional change. B, questionable yung kanilang agenda. And C, hindi lang sila palpak sa drug war na yan, marami rin namatay. So that's essentially the issue of extrajudicial killings. Diba ulit?
6 na taon eh. Ang daming drugs pa rin. Yung nangyari na, ang dami nang pinatay. Kaya mag-isip-isip na lang muna siya. They say those who are in glass houses should not cast stones. Baka hindi niya alam na marami siyang kakukulangan. Diba? Siguro konting galang naman sa ating mahal na presidente.
Ayan, may nabablock lang tayo ng mga walang yung mga ano dyan.
Mangyayari na ngayon, kaya baka sinisiraan niya. Pero at the very least, yun ang sinasabi ko. Baka binubudol-budol din tayo noon. Diba kasi sinabi niya, yan ang basihan kung bakit siya naging presidente. Wala naman siyang ginawa na maayos. Sinabi din niya di ba? Diba? Pinag-usapan niya kanina, drugs. Ibigyan daw siya ng 3 buwan. 6 na taon eh. Ang daming drugs pa rin. Yung nangyayari dyan, ang dami ng pinatay. Kaya mag-isip-isip na lang muna siya. They say those who are in glass houses should not cast stones. Hindi niya alam na marami
So,
siyang
so this is quite something. You have a very powerful person reminding the other party of their vulnerability and exposure, right? And this is where I think the issue of ICC comes in. But just to tell you, remember, we always say notoriously conflict avoidance si BBM. And in fairness to BBM, if there's one thing, I don't know, maybe you can say it's a credit because ayan naman natin yung presidente natin nagbabardagulan parati and all, di ba? Ito yung sinabi ni President Marcos Jr. And I could say siguro, I don't know if ito yung picture niya talaga, pero, di ba, parang pikon na di ba? Parang, di ba, nakaka-insulto naman yung pag yung mga, ito basahin mo, kayo nang magbasa niyan, ipopost lang natin yan. Sorry, di ko dala kasi yung isang, laptop natin na, so, ako I think, ito yung sinasabi ng Presidente, ako I think it's the fentanyl. Fentanyl is the strongest painkiller that you can buy. It is highly addictive and it has a very serious side effect. Kaya nagkakaganyan. I hope his doctors take better care of him. Whoa! 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 Mic drop! Mic drop! Mic drop! Mic drop! Yan, okay, 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 okay. Ito talaga. Mukhang napikon yung isa. Mukhang na napikon yung isa. Guys, ngayon ko lang nakita si President BBM magsasalita. Hindi ako, like when I first saw it, I couldn't believe it. Like, is this, so mga ano dyan, mga BBM admin, so I hope, I don't know, but this is what I saw on Philippine Star, okay? Legit naman ang newspaper ang Philippine Star, hindi naman katulad ng iba na, ewan ko, mamaya na tayo magbuljakan. Pero ito, ulitin nyo, kayo magbasa, okay? Wala akong sinabi. Sabi niya, yung fentanyl na yan, may side effects. So, I just hope na ano na lang, magpahinga na lang yung isa, ingatan na lang siya. Wala sabi na. I think it's the fentanyl. Fentanyl is the strongest painkiller. It is highly addictive. It has very serious side effects. Kaya nagkakagaya. I hope his doctors take care of him. Wow. Whoa. 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 Wow. Wow. Talagang nagbuljakan na talaga. Nagbuljakan na talaga to the max itong politika natin, Republic of Buljakan. Ayan, ayan. Bakit dumadaming troll natin dito sa ano? Guys naman, magto-troll naman kayo sa akin. Yung account niyo, one lang yung follower niya, dalawa yung follower niya. Maghirap naman kayo ng konti. Kung gagawa kayo ng fake account, medyo illegit nyo naman yan. Diyos ko naman, Diyos ko naman. So, saan tayo pupunta dito? Wow. Wow, that was intense, guys. That was intense. So ngayon, things are going crazy and some are even talking about Mindanao going on its own, right? Now, the term civil war is a very technical term, right? It comes from the experience of the Republic of Rome when nagkaroon ng two-way, three-way war between two or three people claiming leadership to the entire republic. So actually, technically speaking, in this case, guys, we're not sure if we can really talk about civil war because I don't think. I think one camp is just so weak, and you know which camp that is, and the other camp has all the cards here. There's the ICC cards. There's the international community's card. There's the fact that the presidency is 67% approval rating. Uh, and mukhang lumalaban na yung kabila. So, on one hand, sinasabi ng isa, fentanyl lang yan. Isang banda naman, sinasabi ng isa, alalahanin natin, may mga nangyari in the past, baka gusto natin balikan mga issue na ito. And as I said, that's where the ICC issue is very, very big. So, what I can say for now is, hintayin natin ang latest versions ng statement ng ating minamahal na administrasyon, no? Dun sa issue ng ICC. We may soon see another clarificatory statement, no? on whether the administrations wants to support or work with the International Criminal Court. All right, or and that's just one. I mean, there's so many other issues from the past. Formally, marami pang issues from the past na, alam niyo na, mahabang usapan to. And then, West Philippine Sea, I love China. They'll protect me. Okay, yung mga ganyan. Okay, ang dami pwedeng pag-usapan dyan, mga kamet. So, wow, this is crazy. This is crazy, guys. This is crazy. Like, I know na Tatay Digong was gonna say something and all of that, but I felt that it would still be kind of a calibrated pushback. And parang dating sa akin is, it was a bit passive-aggressive and then it went like off the script, right? And the thing kasi is, if si Digong lang yung nagsalita, and then hindi yung iba, conciliatory yung sinasabi, then okay, gets ko na. Pero kita nyo guys, tumatawa yung audience nag-cheer-cheer na, tapos nakikita mo, andun din yung mga ibang malalaking opisyales galing sa Mindanao, galing sa Davao Region. Nakikita mo yung isa pang malaking opisyales, sinasabi niya openly na etong presidente na yan, dapat mag-BBTU na siya. So, it doesn't look like, sabi niya ba, ang fentanyl talk, no, yun nga yung problema ko, we cannot be dismissive about this because you have to look at the whole event, whole series of speeches, the audience reaction, people in the audience, 'di ba? Big yan, 'di ba? And ngayon nagfe-flex ng iba, ngayon yung iba nagpapaganyan pa, 'di ba? Nagpapahiwalay na daw yung Mindanao, biglang sinama pa yung Palawan. Parang wait, what? So, wow. So, there are two things I want to talk about, guys. Okay, Hindi yun nga alam ko yung iba sa inyo, natatawa na lang, gusto niyo lang mag-popcorn, 'di ba? Or tingin niyo ito na yung Bulljack TV going writ large. But guys, ganito ah. Wow. It's happening, no? Grabe, no? I mean, we've been talking about this, vlogging about this, writing about this, pero grabe guys, medyo nag-escalate na to ng big time. Parang ano na all in na, parang ang dating sa akin, nag-all in na yung isang kampo eh. Ang konti-konti lang barahan nila kumpara sa kabila. So, yeah, it is a critical juncture. Yeah. So actually, again, it depends with BBM. I mean, if BBM, parang ang weird naman if si BBM will just be okay with this. 'Di ba? Parang weird. I mean, if BBM will just be okay with this and let this slide, edi parang, in a way, kino-confirm mo yung sinasabi ng ibang kritiko mo na mahina ka daw. Di ba parang openly tinitreta ng destabilization in a way, no? Openly nagka-call lang mag-resign ka. So I think part of this is also about what kind of conversation there could be between Sara and BBM. But having said that, parang wow, medyo nag-all in ng konti yung kabila eh. So, and interestingly guys, contrary to what the, Xian Gaza types of people, yung mga scammer, vlogger, cloud chasers, the real cloud chasers. Because I know some idiots try to dismiss me. Like say, like, you kidding me? I don't chase cloud, all right? Cloud comes with me, all right? Okay, like, the top people of the world come to me, okay? Once someone like Kissinger or like Mahathir or whatever wants to, talk to you or have an interview with me or yung prime minister, then you come and tell me who's the cloud chaser, okay? But speaking of real cloud chasers, yun nga, ang dami kasing idiots dyan. They don't know what they're talking about. They'll try to dismiss you and all of that. Yan. Bugbog sarado sila lahat sa Twitter sa akin and all. Like, you don't mess with me, alright? I'll call you out. No, I mean, this is my point eh. This is the chance for President BBM to show who's really the president. It's not like he hasn't done anything, 'di ba? Kitang-kita natin, hindi niya binigay yung Department of National Defense kay Sara, hindi niya binigay yung Speaker of the House kay Arroyo. Separation of powers dapat, 'di ba? And then eventually nakita natin sa foreign policy issues, nakita natin dun sa reshuffling sa military, sa national security positions. In fairness naman, si BBM nagpakitang naman ng konting political will or whatever, ng konting flex. But Eto, parang parang inaanon lang siya ni Digong na magpakita ka ng lakas. So, cojones. I mean, I'm sorry to say it, guys. I mean, 'di ba? 'Di ba? This is the time he has to show who's the president. Who's the president? And as I said, I'm sorry, Marcos has all the cards here. He has the ICC. He can make the decision on how ICC is gonna move forward. He can make a decision about, he has support of big powers around the world, Europe, US, Japan, whatever. Maraming mga pink at dilawan pa nga sumusuporta na sa kanya ngayon dahil galit na galit sila sa mga Duterte, sa mga never Duterte types, yung mga galit kay Digong dahil sa China issues, West Philippines issues, di ba? Halos yung mga ibang nga yung mga dilawar ganun na dating rinig ko na galit kay BBM, ngayon tahimik na bigla, di ba? So, kaya parang iniisip siguro ng isang kampo or isang tao or whatever. I mean, is that siguro magwawala sila ng ganito para as a deterrence na, uy, BBM, don't even think about sending ICC in this direction. Uy, BBM, don't think about taking out more confidential fund or squeezing in more budget coming to our side of the world. But I don't know if it's working. I think if anything, this is just gonna push BBM to be more aggressive, which is dangerous, isn't it? Kasi I know yung mga iba dyan, tuwan-tuwa, na gusto nila, yan, si BBM, may pipikon, iinis na talaga, and he'll go for gold, he'll go aggressive, and finally, matatauhan yung isang kampo. But the point is this, the reason why BBM has so far not been threatening is precisely BBM has tried to be chill, Mr. Unity, all of that. So baka ma-awaken yung, the Marcos in him, di ba? Di ba? Kasi so far, he's not been like his father in terms of being aggressive and all of that. So, di ba? Personally, I doubt yung kabila meron power to pull off a coup or anything like that. My sense is the top echelons of the Philippine military, lahat BBM yon. Majority of Filipino people support BBM, including many Dilaw and Pink and whatever, na sa sobrang galit kay Digong at galit sa China, doon na lang sila kay BBM. Katotohanan lang yun. You don't believe me? Look at the numbers, right? So it will essentially be a certain regions in Mindanao standing by Digong trying to challenge the state. Then it's looking like something different, right? So, wow. So, the ball is actually in Marcos' court. How he's going to approach it. Now, kind of like geopolitics though. My sense is Marcos Jr. will go for a Goldilocks response. A response that is tough enough to send a signal na hindi mo ako pwede basta-basahin ng ganyan. Matagal na kayo nagtatag moves dyan. Pakita ko na sinong presidente ngayon. Alright? You have to respect me. Alright? Well, the president right now is in Vietnam for an official visit, not a state visit, which I wrote about. So siguro pagbalik na lang niya, tingnan natin ito. But for now, mukhang the president is gonna think through this while he's in international travel now. But they're gonna strategize this. So I think what the Marcoses will go for potentially is a Goldilocks solution. Hindi yung Goldilocks na meaning not too hot, not too cold. Not too cold because you will look weak. After this, you will look weak if you don't do something decisive. But also, again, knowing BBM, sa kanya naman yung baraha, 2025 is looking very good for his side. So, wow. So I'm thinking, what can BBM do to show he's the boss, but at the same time, not fall into a kind of a poison shrimp situation? Because as much as hindi balance yung fight, sobrang BBM side is stronger, may laban din yung kabila in terms of their ability to create noise and mess, right? So, that's the challenge for BBM. He has to find that sweet spot. He has to find that Goldilocks. A decisive response that shows who's the boss, but at the same time, not a reckless response whereby he's gonna waste his strategic advantage and he's gonna look like a president na dictatorial and a president. Kasi for sure, magdadrama yung isa. Biglang, kami mga kawawa, mga bayani, diktador itong si Marcos, yung mga ganyan. Alam niya, diba? And of course, Mindanao has a very contentious history. Yung mga taga Mindanao natin na followers dito, alam natin na very contentious yung history of Mindanao with the Marcoses. Although, of course, Marcos Jr. is very different from Marcos Sr., but still, pwede ma-exploit yan. Pwede ma-exploit yan. And at the end of the day, I won't underestimate. I don't think Duterte is powerful nationally, but I think he's still a force to reckon with in the case of Mindanao, right? So mahalaga yung issue na yan. So tingnan natin how the president will respond. But let me try to end on this point. I think the other big issue also here, mga kameta, is saan yung totoong opposition? Saan yung, di ba? You would think na in a very critical weekend when nagpapakitang gilas and nagfa-flex yung BBM side and Marcos side, you would think na the real opposition will also try to say, hey, we're also here. Dito pa rin kami. May laban din kami. We stand for something. There's conviction. So, Duterte coming out and presenting himself as the opposition, as a fiscalizer, and some other people, should I even name names, coming out and trying to present themselves as fighting for accountability and good governance, kind of like what? Um, Tells you we also have a vacuum of true opposition stepping up to the game, right? Now, as I said, individuals, whether it's Franz Castro, whether it's Rizal Ontiveros, whether it's you know Leila de Lima, even Trillanes, they have been making good noise, and they have been making good interventions here and there. But it has to be more decisive than that. I mean, after all, what we saw over the weekend is both the Marcos camp and the Dides camp got people out, got people to cheer for them, got people to support them, got to flex some muscle. Although sabi ko nga, ang laki ng agwat eh. So, regional power na lang talagang Duterte ngayon eh. While national power pa rin ang Marcoses, or at least the BBM First family, with international support. So, are you gonna pick on a regional power? So, di ba? May parang geopolitics yan. Kung superpower ka, you're gonna take a fight, total fight with the regional power. Kasi may cost din sa'yo yan. And you're national power, so your obligations are all over the place. So, may dilemma yan. Kaya kailangan yan ng Goldilocks response dito eh. Having said that, as I said again, di ba? Saan yung totoong opposition? Alright? Saan ang totoong opposition? Because, yes, kita ko, nagpa-popcorn na lang yung mga ibang never Marcos and never Duterte, pinagtatawa ng unity team, etc. But guys, katulad ng yung mga nag-ibang comment dito kanina, we are at a critical juncture, right? Things could change very rapidly. Things could significantly change, right? So yung opposition, totoong opposition, they have to be in a position. Okay, yung opposition, di ba? You still have to be in some sort of position to make sure that the country moves in the right direction. That one side doesn't become completely dictatorial and the other side doesn't become completely destabilizing. So you have to avoid both dictatorial outcomes, even if unintentional, and at the same time, kailangan mo rin ng mag-avoid ng destabilization, because destabilization is not something our country can afford, especially sa gitna ng gulo sa West Philippine Sea, sa gitna ng daming gulo around the world, sa gitna ng mga problema natin sa ekonomiya, sa gitna ng lahat ng mga pangangailangan na ating mga kababayan. So when you put all of those things together, I think this is time when the real opposition should also show something, that not only we're here, hello, but make a stance and make the right interventions. Not only behind the scenes, kasi alam ko naman behind the scenes there are things happening. Alam ko naman, but guys, hindi naman pwedeng opposition mo hanggang shadow on the wall lang, di ba? Ala Game of Thrones ka. Hindi pwedeng shadow on the wall ka lang. You have to have presence. You have to organize. So, it would be nice siguro, mag-prayer rally din na totoong prayer rally talaga, yung totoong opposition, where they talk about yung mga gusto nila mangyari sa bansa. Di ba? So may mga issues naman talaga na may agreement ang opposition with BBM, like West Philippine Sea, for instance, and some of the good things that also happened on certain fronts. Now, maybe opposition wants to come out and make a rally in favor of ICC coming in, right? Opposition comes out and makes a rally and says, time for ICC to come in and pressure President Marcos Jr. Well, I'm not sure how much pressure you need by this time, or even if it's needed, but come out. Now, if you also share the concerns of the other side about Chacha and PI, also make that kind of statement, diba? So I think this is a time where the opposition has to come out and make at least 3 points. And I'm saying this like A, there should be an ICC because we need to know what on earth happened. B, we're not comfortable with Chacha, right? And C, we like neither destabilization nor dictatorship, right? Very, very important for the opposition to come up with that statement and make that kind of intervention. Otherwise, mukhang totally boxed out and irrelevant sila. And we're essentially just sitting back and seeing the clash of titans here. And we know neither of the side is actually for progressive liberal democracy, to be honest about it. But as I said, if you look at it overall, after all, President BBM is our democratic elected president. More importantly, he's the one fighting for our sovereign rights in the West Philippines, or at least his administration for that matter, right? And hindi siya yung destabilizer dito. But you have to also be clear, you don't like a mumbo jumbo kind of chacha or a slide towards dictatorship. And yun nga, hindi natin mahintay, Madrigal. Mahintay, kailan pa pwede si Vico yung mga ganyan? 2030, ano ba, 2034 pa or something like that or whatever, right? Pag maghintay ka pa ng time na, yun ang problema ko eh. You have to act now. You have to be active. You see, if the opposition was mobilized after election pa lang, edi ngayon sana present sila, right? It's what you call war of positioning. War of maneuver is when you run for the office, you contest it. But war of position is you want to make sure you're there. You have a presence. You have a positive contribution. You have that kind of swaying, nudging power. Yun yung wala talaga sa opposition ngayon. Again, alam ko sa behind the scenes, talna ka man, umayos ka yung isang troll dyan, talna ka man. I know na may mga iba dyan nagsabi, hintayin na lang natin, popcorn na tayo. But just look at it, guys. Totally, parang okay, nasaan yung totoong opposition? Parang naging ano na lang to. Diba? And we know that either way, our war, I mean, the position of the true opposition could be neither nor. Neither PI Chacha nor destabilization or ano, but for investigation, for ICC, for something like that. So it's very important that the real opposition also steps up to the game. All right? On that note, thank you very much mga kapita. Kailangan natin magpahinga. Grabe na may mga schedule dito. Alam niyo naman, pag Japan, Korea, yung mga ganyang bansa. So, nung nag-North Korea nga ako, parang schedule namin 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Parang ganun everyday. Grabe yung schedule namin dyan eh. So, kailangan natin get back to ano. Anyway, thank you guys. God bless. And talk to you soon. So catch up kami ni Ronald Diamas also soon, and we'll try to have more conversation with other people. So thank you very much for this. I hope you appreciate it again. Once again, this is just my analysis, my take, live, spontaneous, no production, nothing like that. So please, ano lang, isang click lang, subscribe, support. So dyan sa YouTube, please subscribe and support us dyan sa Richard Haydaran Vlogs. Dito naman sa Richard Fernando Haydaran sa ating Facebook page, and of course dito naman sa TikTok, yan lang, Richard Haydaran 007. God bless, talk to you soon. God bless, talk to you soon.